What a play from Jacob! And Madison drive! Tie game! 60. Advancing home, I don't know if I like it. Oh! Down! He got him! Oh my God! He crossed the plate before he was there. In play, that's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jacob! And Madison drive! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes a great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. George Price heads out. Trey Cluxton right. Get out, ball later!
times on second. Throws over to first. That's he actually did it! That's a rock up!
In play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh! Philip goes to Marcus. Walked off the season.
Crot, get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here. Walk-off home run, Jay Ball. That ball's in play. Goes back, keeper can. Akatona's playhouse makes the grab.
He's running third. He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out.
I don't know if I like him. That ball is absolutely tattooed. And what a roll! What a roll from Keaton again.
Now we'll do it the Nighthawks, our 2023 AWA champion.
Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
What's going on, wiffle ball fans, and welcome to AWA Field. Tonight, we have the Atlantic Aces taking on the Eastern Enforcers for this Monday night wiffle ball matchup here in beautiful Edmonds, Washington. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm Mark Campanero, joined alongside tonight Jace Pratt. Debut on color commentary tonight, Jace. We're stoked to have you in the booth.
Yeah, I'm stoked to be here. Should be fun. I know it's fun playing. Up here is a different beast.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it'll be a great, fun game tonight. We're going to get straight into starting lineups, so send it away, Shane. Starting lineups.
Jake Oliver, Seattle Area Pipe Trades.
Joshua Gradwell, Edmonds Midway High School.
Chase Winkler, Woodmore Elementary.
Jonathan Galgano, Washington State University.
Brock Playhouse, University of America Samoa.
Those are your Eastern Enforcers lineups tonight, and we're going to get right into the Aces lineup. Take it away.
Aaron Schofield, Washington State University.
Moses Valadez, go Wade.
Morgan Granich, Northwest Guatemalan High School.
Dylan Carroll, Little Man, Big Dreams.
Jack Scholl, Maplewood Elementary.
Noah Jandoff, University of Washington.
I love that. You heard Dylan Carroll, Little Man, Big Dreams. Well, Dylan, you are playing in the AWA, baby. That's a great, great dream to have, playing in this league. So excited out here. What a beautiful night we have tonight in Edmonds, Washington. We're going to send it up to Molly Foley, who's up in our brand new Club 65 out there in left field.
Thanks so much, Mark. Dylan Carroll. Dylan, are we feeling about this matchup tonight against the teams? So should we?
Yeah, I mean, both teams got good talent, so I just try and hit tanks. So that's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. So of tanks, I understand. How are you?
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck tonight, Dylan, and we shall see how things go. I'm going to send it up now. Mark and Jason started.
Thank you, Molly. You just heard from Molly and Dylan Carroll over there in the brand new Club 65 out in left field. And for those of you wondering, hey, you know, why is it called Club 65? Well, 65 was Trevor May's number when he played in the MLB, so that's why we call it Club 65. Trevor was very generous and helped us build that out there in left field, so thank you so much to Trevor May, and that's why you see Club 65, his face up there, and it's great. And we got a little target out there over in left field, so we're going to have some rewards for all of the players in the AWA who are able to hit that sign this season. We don't know what the specific awards are just yet, but you know, when somebody hits that sign out there in left field, if they hit the Trevor May target, that'll be huge, and we'll be having some internal discussions in this league about what those rewards will be like. It might be in the range of maybe $100 per hit that you get up there. Who knows? We'll see, but still discussing that. So anyways, that's a cool, great new addition to this league. Very cool, and we've had some fans up there the last couple of weeks, and we noticed the last series, series last week that we almost had some fan interference up there. So that's definitely brand new to the league, something that we just really haven't seen a whole lot of. But we're very excited to have that Club 65 out there in left field. It's something we've wanted to do for a long time, and it's finally here. And this field just keeps getting new additions, and it's been great. We're about to get first pitch underway here for game number 1. But before we do so, we're going to send it to Joe Accord, who's got the weather for us here tonight in Edmonton.
Good evening. This is Joe Accord from the AWA Weather Center. Not a bad evening tonight, wiffle ball fans, with cloudy skies, mild temperatures in the low 60s, maybe drop into the mid 50s by game 5, and that is because of the winds are out of the north at 10 miles per hour. If Peter McNeil is there, can I get a great observation? Thank you, and everybody have a great night. Remember, dingers or nothing.
Thank you so much to Joe Accord for tonight's weather update. And so we are going to get game number 1 started here very shortly. Dylan Carroll is going to be on the mound for the Atlantic Aces to start this game number 1. And that's interesting because Moses Valadez is here, the ace, the normal ace for the Aces, but it looks like he's going to be doing the DHing here tonight in game number 1. Jace, we'll see how that fares for this Aces squad.
Yeah, no, the thing is with the Aces, I think everyone on that team can pitch. It's just Mo's one of the best, and
definitely
we'll see how that works.
Absolutely. Well, Jake Oliver is going to lead it off for the Eastern Enforcers. Jake Oliver, just a couple of seasons ago, MVP in the league. This man is dangerous anytime you face him. First pitch to Oliver hits him on the shoulder for ball 1, so 1-0 here to Oliver. And that pitch is outside, 2-0. And Dylan Carroll, he is a solid number 2 pitcher for this Aces squad, but does have command issues here and there. He's one of the few lefties that you'll see in the league on the mound. Drew Gradwall, another one of them. But we just don't get to see lefties very often. Dominic DeMiro's another lefty, but not a whole lot in the league. As Jake Oliver looks at a 4-pitch walk, and he will be on immediately for the Enforcers. And now up to the plate is Chase Winkler. Ground ball over to Aaron Schofield at third. He throws on over to first, and it's in time to get Chase Winkler for out number 1, 1 away here in the top of the first. But productive out nonetheless. Jake Oliver moves on over to second base. John Galgano stepping up to the plate for the Enforcers, rookie this season in the league. That's ripped high out to center. It's got a chance. It hits the top of the wall. Oliver sprints on over to third, and Galgano gets a early single for this Enforcer squad, and the Enforcers are in business with runners at the corners and only 1 out here in the top of the first. Josh Gradwall will step up to the plate. Gradwall, one of the better pitchers in the league. Definitely known for his pitching, not known as much for his hitting, but a solid hitter nonetheless. Outside. 1-on-1 here to Gradwall. Big swing and a miss. It was way outside. Carroll gets Gradwall to chase, and Gradwall fouls that one off. So the count will remain 1-2. Great eye there from Gradwall, and the count now even here at 2-2. Ground ball over to Granich, over at first. He flips to Carroll at first, and the call on the field is safe. We will review it. A run does come in to score, so the Enforcers, they strike first, and they now lead it 1-0. The call on the field does stand. Josh Gradwell is safe over at first. The run comes in to score. Runners at the corners here for Jake Oliver. Still only one out. Pitch is inside. Ball one here to Jake Oliver. And yeah, that was a very, very close play over there at first. Thank goodness for replay. It was able to confirm for us. Gradwell did beat that out. However, just an incredibly close play. 3-0 here to Oliver. Outside ball four, and Jake Oliver has now looked at 8 straight balls here in the first inning. He has not seen a pitch to hit.
Yeah, I think that shows to his power. Kind of scared to throw him a strike, especially with people on.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, this was the man just a couple of seasons ago was an MVP in the league and led the league in home runs, so I don't blame Dylan Carroll for trying to stay around Jake Oliver as Winkler goes around there for strike one, 0-1 the count. And that is low. Hits the post. Did not hit the zone, so 2-1 here to Winkler. Way outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to Winkler. Carroll gonna have to give him something to hit here, and he doesn't. Outside, ball 4, so that'll walk in another run for the Enforcers. They increase their lead now to 2-0 here in the top of the first. And you know, we mentioned it, you know, before the game. Don't understand why Moses Valadez is on the bench over there DHing in game number 1. Dylan Carroll taking the game 1 duties here, pitching in game 1, but you know, Carroll, he has some issues with command sometimes throwing that wiffle ball. And that's low to Galgano, 2-0. Big swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Carroll. 2-1. And that's outside. 3 balls and a strike to Galgano. Galgano singled in his first at-bat of the ball game.
And narrowly missing a home run.
Yep.
Really got a hold of it. I mean, it probably leaves a month later. Warmer weather.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's the toughest part about hitting early in the year. Ball just doesn't carry like it normally does in the summer.
Lucky enough to at least get a dry day. I know last few teams played out here, there was probably 20 slips a team.
Yep. Well, you guys played the Wolfpack last Monday. It was pouring rain.
Yeah.
That was tough. That was the worst day we've had so far. We've been pretty lucky.
It's been bad, but it's Washington weather. You can't expect it to be nice this early in the year.
Yep. We've been decently lucky so far, but unfortunately you guys played on just the worst day we've had as Galgano looks at that one outside, so another run comes in for the Enforcers. It's now 3-0 Enforcers here in the first. Yeah, it's just, you know, whenever you're struggling with command and you got bases loaded, the last thing you want to do is be walking guys in, but it's so difficult, especially when you're struggling to throw a strike. You're like, I don't want to throw a meatball down the middle and give up a grand slam, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it puts them up at 7 when the run rule is 6. Only way to go over is hit a home run.
Hits the zone there, a ball and 2 strikes to Gradwell. That's outside, 2-2. But yeah, this is probably the most difficult situation that you can find yourself in wiffle ball, as Gradwell goes around there for strike 3. So big strike out there for Dylan Carroll. There's now 2 away in the top of the first. Jake Oliver will step up to the plate. And now a rules reminder for everybody, you know, you can only score in innings 1 and 2 a maximum of 6 runs in an inning. But if you were to hit a home run and you go past that 6-run limit off of a home run, you will get those additional runs. So if Jake Oliver were to hit a grand slam here, the Enforcers would get 7 instead of 6. That is ripped to Aaron Schofield. He was not able to make the grab. The ball fell out of his hands, and so give Jake Oliver an RBI single there, and the Enforcers go up 4-0 now. That was difficult because it looked like the ball got smashed in midair, and it came down to Aaron Schofield, and the ball got smashed, and he just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, it looked like it got dented right off the bat. I mean, that ball was hammered and just knuckling out there to Schofield, who is one of the best defenders in this league.
Definitely. You know when he's not making a play, you know it's a difficult one.
Yeah.
1-1, the count to Winkler. That's inside for ball 2, 2-1. And the riser is high, so 3 balls, 1 strike now to Winkler. And that's just way outside. Carroll just continues to struggle to hit the zone here in the top of the first. It's now 5-0 Enforcers.
And Jack's coming up, just missed that first home run. Or maybe not his first, but first of the game for sure.
Yep.
Just missed it.
Yep, first at bat. Hit it off the wall. Gargano swings and misses there. Strike 1. And yeah, let me tell you, when you hit the wall in this league, it is not a good feeling. You're like,
No.
Should have hit some more weights, I guess, to push it out there a little bit further.
Yeah.
But
You're standing on first, think about all the things you could have done.
I know, exactly. 1-1. Count to Galgano.
Yeah, at this point, I don't even know if we need Morgan mic'd up. He's the only person talking out there.
Yeah.
Loud enough.
2-1. That's one of the best parts about the mic'd up. You know, you got to give it to the guys who are a little bit louder out there on the field.
Yeah, for sure. Have their own personalities.
Full count to Galgano. Pitch from Carroll gets Galgano to swing and miss, and Dylan Carroll gets out of the bases loaded jam. But the Enforcers, they put up 5 here in the top of the first. They lead at 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the first inning.
QB1.
Josh Gradwell will be on the mound for the Enforcers here in the bottom of the first. Got a nice 5-run lead. And, you know, for this Aces squad, they are one of the better offensive teams in the league. So by no means is this 5-run league impossible for the Aces to come back from. But with Josh Gradwell on the mound, it's definitely going to be a mountain to climb regardless. One of the best pitchers that you'll see in the AWA. First pitch here to Aaron Schofield is outside for ball 1. It's popped way up into the air. Jake Oliver is underneath it and makes the grab for out number 1, 1 away. And, you know, we didn't even get to say it because Aaron Schofield was up so quickly there, but one of the most dominant hitters so far in the AWA this year. He leads the league in home runs with 5, and he has been on an absolute tear. He's only played in 2 series so far. This is their 3rd.
Yeah, 5 home runs, and he hasn't had too many hot days. He's really swinging a hot bat here. He's honestly my pick for first person to hit that target out in left center.
Yeah.
You know, if it was on this close tree, he would definitely be the first person.
And he always pulls it to left field,
yeah.
So it's definitely possible that he would do that.
It definitely works. You don't lead the league with home runs with having a bad swing.
Oh, absolutely not. He takes a cut up there, that's for sure. Moses Valadez grounds out Chase Winkler at first. There's 2 away now in the bottom of the first. Morgan Granich stepping up to the plate. His first series of the year. Granich missed the first couple of series. For those of you who don't know, Granich is a baseball coach. Coaches a 16U team, I believe. And so that's why he missed a 14U team. And that's why he missed the first couple of series. It's, you know, it's hard to make games sometimes when you got so much going on, especially being a baseball coach.
Yeah, I know. There's probably 8 or 9 guys in that Wave baseball program that are here, or at least in the league. We got Schofield has a team with Moses. Jake used to coach. DJ's now with Morgan. I have a team. Dylan used to play there. I mean, AWA Pipeline, I guess, is what? Wave Baseball.
Yeah, it's like Wave Baseball is like a feeder program into AWA. It's been crazy. And had a ton of players come to us from Wave Baseball. So, hey, shout out to Wave. Well, Morgan Granich, he popped out there to end the bottom of the first. Aces, they score no runs in the bottom of the first. We're going to the top of the second. Enforcers lead it 5-0. And so Jake Oliver, or excuse me, Josh Cradwell, step up to the plate. And yeah, you know, Dylan Carroll. Oh, I caught it. Don't worry, I caught that one. Dylan Carroll, as we mentioned, one of those Wave Baseball players.
Yep.
You know, definitely been struggling a little bit early here with command. So we'll see if he can maybe settle in here in innings 2 and 3 and help with this comeback for the Aces. Ground ball over to Jack Scholl at short. The throw is in time to get Josh Gradwell. So a great play there from Jack Scholl to get out number 1.
Yeah, always tough having a lefty in the field, but he made that look easy.
Definitely, and that's the reason why you never see lefties out there. But hey, you know.
Yeah, if he was a righty, it's nice and easy. Your feet are already set, but
Yep.
you had to swap them, get that throw over.
So great play there from Jack Scholl to give one away. Jake Oliver to the plate. Looks at the first 2 balls, 2-0. Popped up into the air. Dylan Carroll underneath it and makes the grab for out number 2. But, you know, up to this point, that was the first strike that Jake Oliver has seen all day. He had seen 10 straight balls up to that point, and Carroll was able to get him to pop out on the first strike he's thrown him. Winkler goes around there for strike 1, 0-1. Inside, ball 1, 1-1. That's outside for ball 2. You know, don't want to jinx anything here for Dylan Carroll, but so far here in the second inning, it looks like he's really starting to settle in. Got a couple of outs in the first 2 batters that he's seen, and unfortunately walks Winkler there, but it always feels good as a pitcher to get the first 2 outs.
Yeah, especially if one is Jake Oliver. I mean, prolific hitter. That's got to be a confidence booster.
Absolutely. So Galgano is now going to step up to the plate. You know, let me tell you, we got some cool last names in the league, but Galgano is definitely up there for one of the coolest last names we have. Love it. Looks at ball 1. Way outside, ball 2, 2-0. Swing and a miss on the riser. Count is now 2-1. Big swing and a miss there from Galgano, and Carroll able to now even the count here at 2-2. The pitch outside. Full count now to Galgano. Galgano does well to hang in there. Count remains full. And Galgano chases the inside riser from Carroll, and Carroll has a great second inning. No run score for the Enforcers here in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Enforcers lead it 5-0. All right, you're good.
Does everyone get their own bat now? Oh, yeah, thanks.
Dylan Carroll up to the plate, looks at ball 1 and looks at ball 2 inside. It's 2-0 here to Carroll. And, you know, Carroll, he had that shaky first inning pitching on the mound, but really came in and was effective in inning number 2.
Yeah, definitely a great bounce back inning. Now they got to go add on.
Exactly.
He can do it himself.
Exactly.
Great power hitter.
And he works the walk, so this could be the start of that comeback that the Aces need. And, I mean, again, this is one of the best offensive teams in the league. This 5-run deficit that they're facing is not impossible to come back from.
Yeah, they're one of the teams where they don't have a guy that you can just walk and kind of live with.
Exactly.
Everyone can do damage in this lineup.
Exactly. Every single one of these guys can hit home runs at a great rate. And so, you know, now you're facing Jack Scholl. He's hit a few home runs out to right this season as he looks at strike 1. Popped up into the air. Chase Winkler coming on, and the ball drops. Dylan Carroll is going to hold up at second, but that is a brain fart out there for the Eastern Enforcers defense. That will just fall in, and that'll be a single for Jack Scholl. And so the Ace is now in business with runners at first and second for Aaron Schofield, who's arguably the hottest hitter in the league.
Yeah, that can't happen with a guy like this coming up.
Looks at ball 1. Schofield looks at that pitch outside, 2-0. Big hack there from Schofield, fouls that one off for strike 1. Looks at ball 3. 3-1 now to Aaron Schofield. Aces looking for their first run of the ball game, and Schofield will work the walk. So it's now bases loaded for the Atlantic Aces. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the second. And, you know, I really truly believe that error that the Enforcers had on the Jack Scholl pop-up is going to come back to bite them. That's going to be difficult. I mean, as a pitcher, you don't want to have to get, you know, 4, 5, 6 outs in an inning.
Worst feeling out there. Should have a free one, it just finds grass.
So Moses Valadez will now step in. He looks at strike 1. A great pitch there from Josh Gradwall. And another one drops right in there. And that drop pitch is Josh Gradwall's signature pitch, one of the most difficult pitches to hit in the league. And he's now got an 0-2 count here against Moses Valadez. Slider gets Valadez to go around for a strikeout, and that's out number 1. And Josh Gradwall needed that in this bases-loaded jam.
Yeah. Anything on the ground, always scary here, but strikeout you don't have to worry about.
Morgan Granich now stepping up to the plate, looks at the ball 1 slider outside. And the drop is in there for strike 1. Drop is in there again for strike 2, and Josh Gradwall has now thrown 4 drop pitches for strikes in these last couple of bats. And that hits the zone. Unbelievable pitch there from Josh Gradwall. Freezes Morgan Granich for out number 2. So after Josh Gradwall loads the bases up here in the bottom of the second, he comes right back and strikes out back-to-back batters.
As much as I'd love to say that can't happen, that ball was never a strike until it hit the zone.
That was disgusting.
Above his head, and then strike 3.
I mean, you're in trouble as a hitter if Josh Gradwall is throwing that drop for strikes.
He's got a lot of confidence in it right now. Back-to-back Ks, trying to get out of this jam.
1-0 here to Dylan Carroll as the slider hits the outside part of the zone for strike 1. A ball and a strike, the count. And Carroll goes around with a big hack. Can't connect on that slider, 1-2. And the drop just nearly misses the high and inside part of the zone. Ball 2, 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Down goes Dylan Carroll, and Josh Gradwell gets himself out of a bases-loaded jam with 3 consecutive strikeouts. Wow, what a job from Josh Gradwell. No run score here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Enforcers still lead at 5-0 as we go to the final inning here in game number 1. Josh Gradwell to the plate, looks at ball 1-1-0, and can't reiterate enough how great of a job that was for Josh Gradwell to get out of that bases loaded jam. He had bases loaded, nobody out, and strikes out 3 in a row to get out of it. I mean, that was incredible.
Yeah, we were talking about how that drop fly ball might come back to bite him, and he said, watch this, struck out the next 3. Very impressive.
That was so big for this Enforcer squad. They maintain their 5-run lead here in the final inning. And just when you thought the Aces were going to come back and threaten there with a couple of runs, Josh Gradwell stops them right in the dust by striking out 3. Gradwell will strike out there for out number 1. 1 away here in the top of the 3rd. Jake Oliver to the plate. Ripped over to Jack Scholl at short. He throws to first, and it's not going to be in time. Morgan Granich was not able to handle the low throw there from Scholl, and Jake Oliver will get on for the Enforcers. So a runner on first here for Chase Winkler. Winkler goes around for strike 1. Looks out the drop outside, 1-1. That's low in the dirt, 2-1 now the count. And the riser was right there on the inside part of the zone for Winkler, and I know Chase, and he definitely wishes he had that one back. Fouls that one back into the booth. We caught that one like always. 2-2 the count here to Winkler. That pitch is outside, full count. And Winkler works a walk, so the Enforcers get a couple of runners on now for Galgano. I'm just gonna keep saying that last name. It's one of the best last names in the league. Galgano.
Yeah, it's
Love
one
it.
of those ones that's just fun to say.
Love it. And that hits the top part of the zone. Strike 1. Caught that one as well. And that's low for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Just outside for ball 2. And that's inside for ball 3. 3-1 now to Galgano. Galgano hit the zone like before. That's tough. I don't think I've ever really seen that. Fouls that one off, full count.
Yeah, it looked like he was in good shape and clipped the backstop.
That's tough. Looks at that one outside. So the Enforcers now going to have the bases loaded here in the final inning, trying to add on to this 5-run lead. Josh Gradwell going to have an opportunity to help give himself some insurance runs for next inning, for next half inning, excuse me.
Yeah, at this rate, you don't know if he needs it, but never hurts having more.
Absolutely. Big swing and a miss there. 0-1. Swing and a miss at the drop. It's now 0-2 here to Gradwell. Slider misses outside. Ground ball over to Aaron Schofield at third. He steps on third, throws home, and it gets behind home plate. So that's going to be an extra base for everybody. So Chase Winkler's going to come in to score, and Josh Gradwall.
Out at third.
Or sorry. Winkler is out at third. Gradwall going to be awarded second. So runners at second and third here for the Enforcers. A run does come in to score, so it's now 6-0 Enforcers. But Aaron Schofield was trying to make something happen right there with the double play. Had the opportunity. The ball just got away from him there.
Yeah, very smart to at least step on third first so that if he did throw it away like he did, no one else scores. Just that one.
And Aaron Schofield, what a grab! Unbelievable. Aaron Schofield that bobbled out of his hand, and he makes the grab off the tree right there. What a play from Aaron Schofield. Stops the damage. Unreal. Enforcers, they score 1 run here in the top of the third. They lead it now 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the third inning here in game 1. Jack Scholl now up to the plate for the Aces. Looks at a ball. And yeah, what a play by Aaron Schofield. I mean, it's just consistently week after week with him. He just is always making these highlight level plays. That's popped up into the air. And Jake Oliver makes a sliding catch. Unbelievable. We are seeing some incredible third base play here in this game with Jake Oliver and Aaron Schofield over there at third.
Yeah, definitely a treat to watch. And looking at Schofield's wrist, he definitely scraped himself a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that looked painful. He dove right into the tree stump over there on the left field foul pole.
Yeah, he knows team couldn't afford to be down too many runs. Put his body on the line. Paid off.
Fouls that one off. Strike one. And, you know, I've known Aaron Schofield for many years, and I feel like, you know, every other year the man is getting injured in some way, and just the way he plays baseball doesn't really surprise me because he plays the game so incredibly hard. Just is always laying his body out there on the line. It's crazy. Fouls that one off, 0-2. And I mean, it's like you could even see it in his swing. He takes a cut up there.
He definitely doesn't cheat himself.
Yeah. That's for sure. 0-2.
He's one of the guys you're not going to see too many check swings out of.
Yeah.
If he's swinging hard.
Exactly. Does not go around there. Good job from Aaron Schofield to hold up 2-2 the count. That is ripped out to center. It's got a chance. It stays in the yard, and John Galgano makes the grab for out number 2. And, you know, at this point, anytime you're able to get Aaron Schofield out, that's an incredible job because he has been absolutely one of the hottest hitters in the league so far this season.
Yeah, even that where it didn't look like great contact. I mean, he still put it close to the warning track. He's got unreal power, and that comes from swinging hard.
Yep. And I mean, something that not a lot of people know is, you know, a couple seasons ago, he had an injured thumb, and so he could only swing with one arm. And he hit, like, I think maybe 4 home runs, 5 home runs with only one arm in the league a couple years ago. It was crazy.
He was kind of joking about it. He hurt his wrist this past couple of weeks, his left wrist. He was joking that he might have to go back to it, do it again. I think he came here with a splint or a wrist guard on, took it off right before the game. But not 100% healthy, still taking full swings.
That's for sure. He definitely plays the game one of the hardest I've ever seen, wiffle ball wise at least. Is Valadez fouls that one off. You know, you got to say Jake Oliver and Aaron Schofield. I mean, they are consistently just always, you know, putting their bodies on the line out there, trying to make the plays and everything. It's pretty incredible watching those two play. Valadez looks at ball 1, 1-2 the count. He'll look at ball 2. Two and 2 to Valadez. Aces down to their final out. That is ripped out to left center, and that'll get down for a single as Valadez rounds first, trying to look to see if he could go to second, but Galgano got that in too quickly. So Valadez holds up with a single there.
Just missed a home run, probably 2-3 feet short.
No, I don't coach high school ball right now.
Yeah, that's tough. It looked like he got really good contact off the bat, but then that ball just died out there.
Yeah, looks like the wind's picking up a little bit. He can blame it on that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Morgan Granich up to the plate as he looks at ball one. Goes around there. 1-1. Again, Aces, they're down to their final out here, but, you know, anything's possible. Anything's possible. Could have a nice 2-hour rally going. We'll see.
Yeah, worst case, you're getting extra pitches on Josh. Maybe he's tired for the next game if you're facing him.
Exactly. And that slider's inside. 3 balls, 1 strike to Granich. Inside ball 4. Granich does well to work a walk there, and there's now runners on first and second for the Aces. Dylan Carroll going to step up to the plate, and you got to be careful with him. I mean, when he starts hitting home runs, he hits them in bunches.
Yeah, I think last year when he came to substitute against our team, ended up hitting 5 in one series.
That's unbelievable. Ground ball right back to Josh Gradwell, and this should do it. He throws to Winkler at first, and it gets over his head, so Valadez is going to come in to score, and Morgan Granich will score as well. So the Aces get a couple of runs back. It's now 6-2 Enforcers in the bottom of the third. Dang, that's difficult for the Enforcers there. Josh Gradwell thought, hey, this should do it. Throws it on over to Winkler, and it just gets away from him.
See it all the time in the MLB. Take it a little too easy. It's hard because you never practice throwing in slow motion. So when it comes time, you're not ready for it.
Exactly. Jack Scholl up to the plate, trying to keep this inning going for the Aces. Got a little 2-out rally going. That's inside, so 2-0 now to Scholl. Hits the zone, and there it is, that drop. That signature pitch of Josh Gradwell, so effective. And Scholl goes around there for strike 2. 2-2 now to Scholl. Josh Gradwell, the Enforcers, trying to shut this thing down. That's inside. Full count now to Scholl. And the drop misses. Unbelievable job there from Jack Scholl to work a walk and keep this inning going for the Aces. And it's going to be difficult here for Josh Gradwell. He's now got to face Aaron Schofield. Schofield flew out in his last at-bat. Took it to the warning track out there in center. Just needed a little bit more.
Positive for Josh here. Schofield can't tie it, even with a home run.
Yep.
So, although he is one of the best, can't tie it.
And that hits the inside part of the zone for strike 2. 0-2. Now the count to Schofield. Great job there from Schofield, able to foul that one off. Keeps the count here at 0-2. Aces still alive. Schofield looks at that riser outside. 1-2, now the count. Ground ball over to Jake Oliver at 30, throws to first and gets the out on Aaron Schofield. The Enforcers, they take game number 1, final score of 6-2. Unbelievable game, and I mean, although the Enforcers were up the whole game, I mean, the Aces, they were making it interesting there in the final inning. They were threatening, scored a couple of runs, and I was on the edge of my seat like, oh, is something going to happen here?
Yeah, I think that second inning really comes back to bite him here now. Bases loaded, no outs, can't scrape one across.
Yep.
It's tough when that happens, especially when you get gifted that free base hit. stuff.
Definitely. And that was the momentum shift in the ball game. I mean, no moment was bigger than that one for Josh Gradwell. Bases loaded, nobody out in the second. He pulls through for the Enforcers and strikes out 3 in a row. Unbelievable job.
Yeah, although
Josh
it's
Gradwell.
6-2, it looked like a close game.
Definitely.
It was real close up there until the very end.
Definitely. Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for us at game number 1. We're going to get game number 2 started here momentarily. So again, we are in between games 1 and 2, but I'm going to send it down to Robert, who's got Josh Gradwell of the Eastern Enforcers.
Talk about the end of that inning with bases loaded and the struggle there.
Yeah, I've been dealing with command first start of this year, but the screwball's feeling good today. Kind of an automatic strike pitch for me right now, so just getting ahead and trusting the defense behind me.
Yeah, talk about trusting that defense. They made some big plays there throughout the stretch of that game.
Yep. They also helped me out early in that game, getting some runs up. I think that's our best first inning in 2 years. I think we're a scary team if you get down behind, so we proved that today.
All right, good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, brother.
Back up to the booth, guys.
Thank you, Robert. And we just heard from Josh Gradwell there, and I mean, unbelievable job striking out 3 with the bases loaded and helps secure that game number 1 win for the Enforcers. Again, that game number 1 score, final score 6-2. Game number 2 will get started here shortly. Josh Gradwell will remain on the mound for the Enforcers, and the Aces will be hitting first. We'll be back here very shortly.
Hufflepuff.
Probably Slytherin. I'm badass.
Probably like Ravenclaw, I think.
Expelled.
Gryffindor.
Slytherin.
Hufflepuff.
I don't know. I'm probably a lame Gryffindor, but
Hufflepuff.
Oh, probably Ravenclaw.
Hogwarts, Slytherin. I bleed green.
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor.
I don't know any of them. Apple Blossom.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to get game number 2 underway here. Josh Gradwell on the mound. Aaron Schofield at the dish. Looks at ball number 1-1-0. And yeah, we were talking to Aaron Schofield in between games, and he was looking up at us, and he's like, gosh, I just want to hit another home run.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be a great game to do it in, try to get this Aces an early lead. 2-1. Ripped up into the air, it hit the tree for a foul ball. So 2-2 is the count to Aaron Schofield. Nobody on and nobody out.
Yeah, it looked like Schofield got a little lucky. Just barely clipped that tree. Auto foul ball, but looked like Jake was camped under that.
Definitely. New life here for Aaron Schofield. It's outside, full count. Great job there from Aaron Schofield to foul that one off. I mean, that drop was going to be in there for a strike, too, so he had to swing.
Yeah, Josh definitely feeling that pitch right now. Started heating up towards the end of last game and already around the strike zone with it early.
Count still full here to Aaron Schofield. Looks at ball 4, and that's a great at-bat. Great at-bat from Aaron Schofield getting on. Moses Valadez now stepping up to the plate. And, you know, yeah, I'm curious, you know, at the Aces. I mean, is there maybe potentially some type of injury that Moses Valadez has? Maybe a reason why he didn't throw at game number 1?
Yeah, you would hate that for him because last year he was cruising and ended up slipping here. Hurt his back a little bit and didn't pitch much.
Yeah, so this game will be telling. We'll see if Valadez will go out there in the bottom of the first to pitch. He fouls that one off, 1-2. And yeah, if you're the Aces, you definitely need Valadez in order to have an opportunity to, you know, take this series back and try to win it here against the Enforcers. 2-2 the count. Ground ball, and they were shifting over there, so Moses Valadez does well to beat the shift. That'll be a single for him. Runners on first and second. Morgan Granich stepping up to the swing and a miss there for Morgan Granich for strike 1, 0-1 the count.
Yeah, I think that swing tells you exactly what he wants to do here. Watch one go over the fence.
Yep. Well, this is Morgan Granich's first series of 2024, and you know he's trying to come out here early and be like, hey, you remember me? Just a season ago, but he swings and misses there for strike 3, out number 1 here in the top of the first.
Yeah, it's a big first out. It's always nice to get the first one, especially on Granich, who's swinging for the fences.
Absolutely. Dylan Carroll to the plate now for the Aces. Looks at strike 1. That's his side, 1-1. Ripped out to right, and Chase Winkler makes the grab. That ball got destroyed in the middle of the air. It was smashed. It kind of fell down a little weird there to Winkler. Able to make the grab nonetheless. And so Carroll is out number 2 in the top of the first. Jack Scholl will now step up to the plate. You know, being down a game in the series, it'd be huge if the Aces would be able to strike first here in this game 2 and take an early lead. Scholl looks at ball 1. That hits the top part of the zone for a strike. Ball and a strike now to Scholl.
And it'd be really nice to get on the board here. Not sure who's pitching yet, but whoever it is, I'm sure they would love to go out there with a lead.
Yep. And I'm sure it's something that the Aces are probably talking about while they're hitting is like, hey, you know, Moses, like, how you feeling? You know, are you going to go out there and pitch for us game 2? Or are we going to stay with Dylan Carroll? So we'll see. 2-2 now the count to Scholl. Does well to foul that one off. Count still 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Jack Scholl for out number 3. No run score here in the top of the first. We remain tied 0-0. Go to the bottom of the first inning here in game 2.
I throw that exact same
So Dylan Carroll is going to remain on the mound here in game 2, and yeah, there might just be some type of underlying injury that we just don't know about for Moses Valadez. Maybe we'll see him here in game 2 or potentially game 3, but something must be going on. 1-on-1's the count here to Jake Oliver.
Yeah, you'd love to see Mo up there, but Dylan was looking good towards the end of last game. Starting to feel that zone. Maybe just kind of first game jitters almost.
Yep. And the positive thing too is with Dylan Carroll getting these extra reps is, like, you know, they'll get more opportunities here to feel comfortable and really start to get that command and maybe blossom into an ace potentially for this Aces squad. Jake Oliver looks at ball 4, so he will work a walk. Runner on first here in the bottom of the first. Chase Winkler to the plate.
Yeah, we've still yet to see Dylan pitch with a lead here. More on the offensive side of the ball than the defensive. He's starting to pitch pretty well. That first game was a little bit of a struggle, but seems to be on it here early.
Yeah, he did lock in after the first. After giving up 5 in the first last game, he only gave up 1 in the next 2. So definitely started to lock in.
Filling it up here early, just making him hit the ball instead of walking.
1 and 2. And you know, although he was having command issues there in that first inning last game, he was still pretty much all around the plate. It's not like he was throwing crazy pitches outside or anything like that. And Chase Winkler swings and misses at the low riser for out number 1, so 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what's more annoying, missing close and people not swinging, or just missing by a whole area code.
Yeah.
Both are as annoying as it gets, but
yeah. I will say sometimes it's difficult. You know, sometimes you see the ball and it just looks like a strike for about 80 to 85% of the time, and then it just drops off the face of the earth. In the last like 10 to 15% of the pitch, you never know. So that's fouled off. 2-1. Count here to John Galgano. Enforcers are out to a 1-game lead here in the series against the Aces. We're here in game 2. Enforcers won game 1. Final score 6-2. Trying to take an early lead here in this game, 2-2. Full count now to Galgano. Inside and low for ball 4, so the Enforcers get a couple of runners on here. Josh Gradwell stepping up to the plate.
1, 2, 3. Yeah!
First pitch to Gradwell is inside for a ball. 1-0. And that hits him for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes to Josh Gradwell. Hits the zone. Runners on first and second, 1 away in the bottom of the first. Still tied 0-0. This count now moves at 3-1. Outside for ball 4, so the bases are now loaded for the Enforcers.
That's going to load them for Jake. Always a scary guy to come up, even when there's no one on, but bases loaded.
Yep. And we have still yet to see that big hit that Jake Oliver normally has in all these series. So,
still looking for a first home run on the night.
Yep.
It's going to be tough. Sun's starting to set. It's getting colder for sure.
Yep. Can't think of a better moment than right here for Oliver to get a big hit. 1-0. That is ripped out to left center field. A grand slam for Jake Oliver. And the Enforcers are now out to an early 4-0 lead in the bottom of the first. That was absolutely destroyed off of the bat.
We've seen some hard hit balls, but finally that first one gets over the fence.
And we set that up perfectly. I mean, we were saying, hey, we haven't seen that big hit from Jake Oliver just yet. And he said, hey, watch this. takes that one out for a grand slam. Unbelievable job there. Jake Oliver and this Enforcer squad, 4-0 lead. Riser hits the zone 101 here to chase Winkler. One and two. Fouled off. Nobody on, one away here in the bottom of the first. As Winkler strikes out for out number two, 2 away. Yeah, this has now been back-to-back games for Dylan Carroll. He's had tough first innings.
Yeah, starts with the walks. I mean, you look at the box score. He's only given up that one hit, but when you load him on ball 4, that home run's going to hurt.
Absolutely. Gets difficult. Galgano swing and a miss on 1. Looks out a ball there. Just a bit outside. And that one's fouled back into the backstop. 2-2 to Galgano. Way outside for ball 3. Full count. Fouled off. And yeah, if we keep getting so many home runs, we're going to start losing some balls here soon.
Yeah, it looks like we're down to 4 or 5.
Yep.
And that home run Jake hit might have cleared that back fence, so it might be one we lost.
Yeah, it's difficult. Might have been in the other neighbor's yard. Galgano works a walk, so this inning just continues to keep going for the Enforcers. The Enforcers have not reached a run limit just yet here in either of these games. Came close last game, scoring 5 in the first. Gradwell looks at ball 1. And we just noticed this. It looks like DJ Oliver is going to be the first base coach for the Aces out there. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what team he's rooting for. His brother plays for the Enforcers, but he's wearing an Aces hat. So.
Yeah, this is interesting. Well, you know, they're always competing on the field, so maybe DJ is just trying to root for the Aces squad against his brother. I'm not sure what's going on there, as that's popped out to center. Granich underneath it makes the grab for out number 3. But the Enforcers score 4 runs here in the bottom of the first. Jake Oliver hit a grand slam to put the Enforcers up 4. They lead it 4-0 as we go to the top of the second here in game 2. Aaron Schofield up to the plate, facing Josh Gradwell. And, you know, this offense, it starts with Aaron Schofield. And he's going to really need to try to get something going here for this Aces squad. They find themselves down many runs again here in game 2, down 4. That's ripped out to left. It's going to stay in the park as John Galgano is underneath it and makes the grab for out number 1, 1 away.
Yeah, Sko looked like he got all of that one. Started walking out of the box nice and slow and just kind of died.
Yep. Just got under it a little too much. It's popped up into the air. Josh Gradwall coming on and is not able to hold on to get the out. He had to hold up there as he was heading over into the fire pit where the fans are on the right, on the first base side.
And new life for Moses. See if he can do something with it.
0-1. Does not go around. 1-1. Now what? I don't know what's going on over there with DJ at first base, but now he's got an enforcer's hat on, so I don't know what team he's rooting for now. This is interesting.
Usually your first base coach is on the hitting team, not the defending team.
Yeah. So now it looks like DJ and his brother Jake are teaming up, trying to help them out over there. Hits the zone for a strike.
That's 3-2, right? Yeah. Count is full. Count is full.
Full count here to Moses Valadez. Outside, ball 4. Valadez works the walk, and the Aces get a runner on. What's going on here?
Looks like we got a mound visit.
Yo, they're icing me.
DJ Oliver is talking to Josh Gradwall.
You don't need to do that, though.
I don't know what's happening or what he's saying to him. You know, this is interesting. DJ Oliver, as many of you know, one of the best pitchers in the league, my teammate. I don't like him in that enforcer's hat. That looks ugly. Love him in the pilot's hat. Say that.
Yeah, curious to see what he's talking about there. Other than that walk, Josh has pitched pretty well here tonight. Game 1 and into Game 2. Only giving up those 2 runs, and that came on his own error.
And that's saying something. I mean, this Aces team so far in the league this season has been one of, if not the best offensive team in the league. And, you know, just to see them being pretty much completely shut out these last couple of games, it's been really crazy.
Yeah, speaks to how well Josh is pitching tonight, and talking about how good that Aces team is. They get Morgan back, who's a great power hitter.
Yep.
It's another huge bat that they can add to that lineup tonight.
Yeah, and granted, he does well to work a walk there, and so now Dylan Carroll will step in with a couple of runners on. And yeah, Dylan Carroll, as we've mentioned, is a guy who tends to hit home runs in bunches. And so, see if he can get going here. Try to get some runs up on the board for this Aces squad and cut this lead down.
And it'd be real nice to help himself out, make it a close game here.
Yep. That's low, and so Carroll now looking at a nice 3-0 count. Hits him on the hand for ball 4, and Carroll will walk. Bases are loaded for Jack Scholl.
At this point, you got to wonder if DJ's out there sabotaging the enforcers.
Yeah.
8 straight balls after their mound visit.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what's going on. I mean, Gradwall he's had a couple of walks since DJ's gone out there, so I don't know what he said to him.
Looking out for the pilots. Trying to cut down on the
That's my
enforcers.
guy out there.
Yeah.
That's my guy out there. On 1. One-on-one here to Jack Scholl. Goes around for strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 to Jack Scholl, and that's a huge strikeout for Josh Gradwall in the enforcers. 2 away, but now he's got to face Aaron Schofield with the bases loaded. Schofield representing the tying run here in the top of the 2nd.
Yeah, almost the exact same situation as Jake last inning. So maybe we're on target. Watch this at bat.
Yep. Ground ball right back to Josh Gradwall. He bobbles it, and he's not going to have a play on anybody, so the Aces get their first run of the ball game. It's now 4-1. Enforcers still lead it. Moses Valadez is going to come up to the plate. He'll represent the go-ahead run for the Aces.
Yeah, getting that first run on the board this game. Hopefully that sparks something here.
Yeah. And that ground ball right back to Josh Gradwell was difficult to handle. Had a lot of spin on it. Just got away from him there.
And it looked like it was right at him and then just took a hard turn right. Looked like he was in a great spot for it.
It's the zone. Ball and a strike to Valadez. That one's fouled off. 1-2 the count. And yeah, as the Aces, you gotta capitalize off of this bases loaded opportunity. They didn't do that in game number 1. Ended up losing 6-2. So definitely got to do something here. Hits the zone, strike 3. What a drop pitch from Josh Gradwell. And he gets them out of a bases loaded jam again in back-to-back games. Unbelievable. The Aces, they do pick up a run here in the top of the second. Enforcers lead at 4-1. Go to the bottom of the second inning.
Oh, I thought you said you were. We're good. We're good. I thought it was.
Jake Oliver up for the Enforcers. Goes around. First pitch, strike 1. 0-1 the count. And so DJ Oliver still rocking the Enforcers hat over there, being a first base coach. Coaching his brother at the plate right now.
Yeah, I don't know if Jake needs too many hitting tips. But
yeah. Three and 1. Yeah, we'll see if these tips from DJ helping this at bat for Jake. He looks at ball 4, and so, hey, guess it worked. And Jake Oliver works a walk.
Yeah, I know he's not too happy with himself there. Although it was a ball, some of those risers high in the zone are the best pitches to swing at.
So DJ Oliver just ran a couple of beverages out there to Molly and Haley there in Club 65. It's pretty nice service.
Yeah.
Pretty nice service right there. Strike 1 here to Chase Winkler. And that drop just misses. And that was a good pitch from Dylan Carroll. That was tough.
Yeah, I think 0-2, you get a strikeout on that. But 0-1, knowing that you don't have to swing, not a bad pitch, though.
Yeah, yeah. 1-2 the count to Chase Winkler. Enforcers have a 3-run lead in the bottom of the second, but would love to add on. Winkler does not go around there. It's now 2-2. That is ripped out to right. It hits the foul pole for a 2-run homer. Chase Winkler just gives the Enforcers 2 more runs. It's now 6-1 Enforcers in the bottom of the second.
And, a few pitches before that, DJ did say he's living outside.
Yeah.
Saw that outside pitch and drove it right off that right field foul pole.
And that's one of the most impressive things that Chase Winkler does is he's able to hit opposite field home runs like that and take it the other way.
Yeah, it's so easy to just swing as hard as you can and be pull heavy. But good hitters, you'll see use right field as well.
Drop pitches in there to John Galgano for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Way outside for ball 1. 1-1. And I just saw DJ Oliver run another beverage out there to Club 65, and so we're getting to see Club 65 in action out there. I mean, we got some people running beverages out there.
Oh, you're right there, dude. Sorry, my bad.
1-2. Make that 2-2. to John Galgano. And yeah, it's been a tough series so far for this Aces squad. They've been down every single game so far this series.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've had a lead yet.
Yeah.
But that puts confidence in you guys. You know they're capable of doing it, like I've been saying. One of the best offenses in the whole league.
Galgano swings and misses at the drop for out number 1. So 1 away. Josh Gradwell will step up to the plate. And yeah, this would be a huge turning point for this Aces squad if they could try to get a momentum shift into game 3. As that's over the head of Aaron Schofield. Josh Gradwell scorched that one out there to left. One hops the fence. That's a great single there for Josh Gradwell, and Jake Oliver stepping into the plate. Oliver, 1 for 1 in the ball game. Walk and a grand slam. It's a zone 101. Outside there.
Yeah, can't help but notice he's swapping his bats this game. I know he's made a few custom bats, but this looks like one that has been here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe one he's used in the past, found success with.
Yeah. Popped up into the air. Carroll can't make the grab, and that's a fair ball. He flips over to Valadez at first, and Valadez can't handle that. It was too high. Josh Gradwell is going to hold up there at third, and Jake Oliver advances to second. That's tough for this Aces squad. Dylan Carroll couldn't make the grab, and you think DJ Oliver maybe might have said something while Carroll was trying to make that catch? I don't know. Chase Winkler to the plate, looks at ball 1. Runners on second and third for the Enforcers. Ground ball right back to Carroll. And Gradwell faked to go home. Carroll got Carroll to almost bite. Winkler, thankfully, one of the slower runners in the league, and Carroll was still able to get the out on him at first. So 2 away now in the inning. John Galgano stepping up to the plate. Swing and a miss at the drop, strike 1. Slowing inside for ball 1, 1-1 the count. Ball 2 is inside. And Galgano chases an outside pitch. It's now 2-2. Enforcers lead it by 5 runs here in the bottom of the second. 6-1 lead. Got runners on second and third for John Galgano. Just outside there for ball 3, full count. Swing and a miss. Down goes Galgano for out number 3. The Enforcers add on a few more. They now lead it 6-1 as we go to the top of the 3rd inning here in game 2. Morgan Granich steps up to the plate for the Aces. Looks at ball 1.
Yeah, last ups for the Aces here. Got to
Yep.
scrape across at least 5 to keep the game going.
Way out of here. Morgan Granich hits the roof of Club 65 out there and left for a solo shot, his first of the year. And the Aces get another run back. It's now 6-2 Enforcers. Give him the Dinger King helmet. Oh, and he's going to have a piece of chicken. Hey, there we go. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, hopefully that starts something here, because it is all fun and games, but that run cuts the lead down to 4.
Yep.
Still trailing 4 here.
Yep. Still down 4 runs, but Granich, he's going to get that protein and take that piece of chicken. And hey, maybe that might be the Aces thing now. Maybe they'll just all be eating chicken after hitting home runs.
Yeah, a whole lot of MLB teams have their home run props. Maybe that's the Aces. Get a piece of fried chicken right after your home runs.
So 2-1 is the count to Dylan Carroll, and this might start something for this Aces squad. They've just been down in both games. They haven't led at all in this series, and they really need some type of momentum shift in order to have a chance to still try to come back and win this series against the Enforcers. Full count now to Dylan Carroll. Nobody on, nobody out. That is going to be a fair ball. Josh Gradwall throws to Chase Winkler at first, and Winkler wasn't able to handle that low throw. That was a tough play for Josh Gradwall. So Dylan Carroll will get on for the Aces.
Yeah. To me, this is probably the biggest at-bat of the game right
Yep.
here. Big momentum shift if
Yep.
Jack can do something here.
Yep. If Jack can get on, I mean, this Aces team would truly be in business trying to make this comeback. Down 4 here in the top of the 3rd. Popped up into the air. Galgano coming on, and he makes the diving catch. What a play there from John Galgano to get the first out here in the top of the 3rd. Great diving grab.
Yeah, we've been treated to some defense this series.
Yep.
Not a whole lot of runs, not a whole lot of home runs, but some great defense between both teams.
Yeah, these teams are laying out to make these plays. It's been very fun to watch. Aaron Schofield to the plate. And that's high for a ball, 1-0. Big swing and a miss there from Aaron Schofield.
Yeah, you know he's trying to do something this at bat. He saw his own teammate Morgan get in on the fun.
Yep.
Saw Jake earlier.
It was too fast. It was 61 miles an hour. Josh Gradwall called it out. You don't normally see that because none of the Aces, they saw that it was 61 miles per hour, but Josh Gradwall, good guy he is, he said, hey, look, I threw that one too fast, 61 miles per hour. That's why you saw Aaron Schofield go out and dap him up right there, saying, hey, thank you.
One of those things you just tip your cap to. He knows he's a great pitcher. He doesn't
Yep.
need all the extra stuff.
That pitch doesn't count. The speed check. Fouls that one back into the booth. 2-1. I'll count to Aaron Schofield. And that's outside. 3-1 to Schofield. Aces trying to come back from this 4-run deficit. And Schofield does get a piece of that, so he'll stay in there. Full count. That's ripped out to right. It's got a chance. And Chase Winkler can't make the grab. That'll be a fair ball. As Winkler tried to make the catch in fair territory, so the runners will move up to 2nd and 3rd. And the Aces are given a gift right there. That was a difficult catch for Chase Winkler as he was up against the shed out there in right field. So runners on 2nd and 3rd now for Moses Valadez. Still only one away.
Yeah, we talked about it in the first game. That drop fly ball came back to bite the Aces. We'll see if they get one of those too themselves.
Ground ball right back to Josh Gradwall. And Dylan Carroll decides to come in to try to score. He did not have to run there. I don't know if that might have just been a brain fart. Maybe he just didn't realize how many outs there were, but regardless, that'll be an out. So 2 away here in the top of the third. Morgan Greenwich to the plate, runners at the corners. Greenwich with a solo shot in his last at bat. Looks at a strike on the inside part of the zone. Fouls that one off. 0-2. And yeah, you know, Greenwich, again, this is his first series of 2024, and really looks like he's starting to see the ball really well now.
And he's got that full season under his belt. It's hard as a rookie to come in and be productive early. Some guys have done it, especially last year. But once you get that first season underway, it's a lot easier to come back and get on track.
Yeah. Definitely looking to see Morgan Greenwich take a step forward here in his sophomore season. 2-2 the count. Swing and a miss on the outside slider.
That's what we like to see there.
Was that a speed check? Hold on. Was that a speed check?
Yes.
Can you okay. Just like yell at us when that happens, because we can't see that.
Saved by the bell here. Go like this. We're all pointing. You know. I couldn't hear anything. Saved by the bell there.
2-2 the count to Morgan Greenwich. It was a speed check, so he did not. Pitch did not count as that's outside, full count.
Yeah, second life there. That was the end of the game until that speed check.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on because nobody looked like they were stopping play there. Swing and a miss, and now, now it was too fast again. So, hey, Morgan Greenwich gets another new life. That's 2 new lives in this one at bat.
Third time's the charm, and he's already got 1 home run this inning. See if he can't do it again.
Full count. Aces down 4. Runners at the corners. The pitch from Gradwall is outside, and Morgan Greenwich able to work a walk. Bases are loaded for Dylan Carroll, who now represents the tying run for this Aces squad.
You know, he's one of these guys on this Aces team that he's due.
Yep.
He's due to get 1 out. It is a cold night, but he swings hard enough. If he makes contact, it's going to go far.
And one of the advantages of being a lefty in the league is you do have the short porch out there to right. Be huge if Dylan Carroll could take 1 out here for the Aces and tie this ball game up. 1-0. Slider hits the zone for a strike. And that's inside. 2-1 to Carroll. And that hits the top part of the zone. Dylan Carroll was frozen on that slow slider from Gradwall. And goes around strike 3, and the Enforcers, they win game number 2, final score of 6-2. Josh Gradwall has just been nails for this Enforcer squad here in this series, as they now win the series and take a 2-0 lead here against the Aces. We're going to get game number 3 started here momentarily. Aces trying to avoid the sweep. Enforcers trying to complete it. We'll be back.
Oh, sorry, buddy. No, you're good. No, you're good. Get my steps in here. I started on the wrong one. I had it on defense. Yeah, I know. I ran 7 today. That should be good. Hey, Jace, you got a pretty good ball. Stuck underneath. I could just see it from over here calling my name. Hey, this is Hank. I'm done. You'll get that low one now.
Jake Oliver leads it off here. Morgan Granich will be on the mound for the Aces here in Game 3. Again, this is Morgan Granich's first series of 2024.
One of the few knuckleballers we got in this league.
Yep. Yeah, so this is very interesting. I mean, we have not seen Moses Valdez pitch at all in this series, and so there must be some type of injury that the Aces just have not disclosed or that Moses Valdez has not mentioned, which is maybe a big reason why we just haven't seen him here yet in this series.
And you know, last year they started off super hot, and then, like we were saying, Moses got hurt, and it kind of hit a wall last year. So hoping that doesn't happen again early this year.
And so we hope that that's not the case, and maybe he just needed a night off or something. I have no idea what's going on. But regardless, Morgan Granich will be in there, knuckleballer. 0-2 to Chase Winkler, and you know, we'll see how this Eastern Enforcer squad does against Morgan Granich's knuckleball. He doesn't necessarily throw it incredibly fast, but does have a lot of movement on it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you just kind of got to get it close. Make it look like it's hittable, even if it's not.
So runner on first, and the Aces have not led at all in this series. It's been all enforcers. Swing and a miss as Morgan Granich strikes out Chase Winkler for out number one, and you know, we're seeing it right there. I mean, this enforcer squad, they just really haven't seen very many knuckleballs, and it's a slower type of knuckleball, so they're definitely going to have to try to time this a little better as Aaron Schofield comes on to try to make that play one-handed, just couldn't make the grab. And so runners on first and second now for the enforcers with one out.
Yeah, Morgan's definitely one of the most unique pitchers in the league. Like you're saying, he's one of probably 2 or 3 guys that throws that knuckleball consistently, but most guys that do throw it pretty firm.
Yep.
His is
Oh my God.
high 40s, maybe low 50s. Change of pace for sure.
That one's fouled back, 0-1 to Josh Gradwell. Inside for a ball, 1-1. And the knuckleball's inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Gradwell. Forcers trying to take another early lead. They've been able to do so in both games in this series, trying to make it 3 for 3. 2-2. That's fouled off. Count remains 2-2. As we're trying to get some more balls for Morgan Granich. And you know, hey, we have what, 5 balls out there? Or
Might be a
6
record.
balls? Yeah, you know, pretty good. Normally by the 3rd game, we start to lose a lot. Ground ball over to Aaron Schofield. He makes the grab and tags out Jake Oliver. Gonna call it, on the call on the field is safe. We will take a look at it though, just to make sure. The call on the field is confirmed. Jake Oliver is in there. He's safe. Had he not slid there, he would have been out. But he was able to slide and just get there right before Aaron Schofield was able to put the tag on him.
Yeah, Schofield looked a little caught in between whether he was going to throw it, tag the bag. No, good decision to slide there from Jake.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Aaron Schofield was expecting Jake Oliver to slide. I mean, Jake is one of the only players in the league who slides consistently into these bases. As Oliver swung and missed really hard there. It looked like maybe he might have pulled something right there. I'm not sure. But that was an awkward swing from Oliver. 0-1. Hits him on the hand for a ball. 1-1 the count. Way outside for ball 2. 2-1. Bases loaded. 0-0 is a score. 1 away in the top of the first. Enforcers trying to complete the sweep. Aces trying to avoid the sweep. 3-1. Way outside, or way inside behind Oliver. And he works a bases-loaded walk, so add another RBI onto his tally for the night. Enforcers take an early 1-0 lead at the top of the first.
Hey, wait, son. Where's Jack at? Jack, come here. He's not gonna drink a beer. In the new game, he added Brock was added into the lineup, so we're just gonna have to make some. Yeah. So if you play significantly, yeah, that's fine. Every time. Hey, if you like it, aggressive further, Jake. I'm up. Jake just walked, 4-pitch walk, so. Hey, we're good. We're good.
All right, we had a technical difficulty there, but we are back. Chase Winkler up to the plate as he looks at ball 1. 1-0. And that's outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Chase Winkler. Enforcers trying to continue to add on. Inside, 3-0. Swing and a miss. Might have been a courtesy swing and a miss there from Winkler.
And you like to see that. Just get your confidence up as a pitcher.
Yep.
4-ball walks hurt, but courtesy swings are always nice.
Exactly. Swing and a miss there. And it's now full count. Yeah, I mean, the Enforcers, they've led all series. The Aces have not led once. Aces have been able to put up 4 runs in these 2 games. But the Enforcers have put up 6 in both of them. So it's been a tough night for the Aces. And, you know, definitely one of the reasons probably why it's been so difficult for them is Moses Valdez just has not pitched. And it's shown so far. Ground ball over to Morgan Granich. He makes the play on John Galgano. Gets the out at home. So a run does not score, and there's now 2 away here in the top of the first. Great play there from Morgan Granich, saving a run. John Galgano will step up to the plate. Ground ball over to Aaron Schofield at third. He throws to first and gets the out on John Galgano for out number 3. 1 run scores for the Enforcers here in the top of the first. They take an early 1-0 lead. Go to the bottom of the first in game 3.
I've almost hit like 3 home runs. Hey, home runs. Facing Josh Gradwell and Jake Oliver, I got him all day. What's that? 0 for 4 Ks on ESPN. Yeah, I'm not going to forget that one. Wow, you struck you out 4 times? Yeah, literally, you just couldn't hit it. I was trying to hit home runs so hard. Hey, but the All-Star just got you there, so. Yeah. You on top there. It's all good. We good, Jake? You only practice like 3 times a week, so. I think he's been long tossing too. He's been long tossing. Long toss a disc. Long toss a disc. How's it been? How's the disc golf game been? Fantastic. Any holes in ones recently? Yeah. If I do that? Oh wow! If I do that? Wow. So you're like a professional disc golfer and wiffle baller. Hey, you made money though. Well, Mark, are we good or no? Oh yeah, we're good. Oh, we're good. Yeah. Oh, I'm just shooting this shit. Just giving him a bunch of practice on? No. You got, hey, whenever you guys are ready. All right. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, sorry, no walkouts and walkouts. I know, right?
Aaron Schofield up to the plate for the Aces. Jake Oliver now on the mound for the Enforcers. First, we've seen Oliver so far in this series. Josh Gradwell has done all the pitching up until this point. And Gradwell has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, leading his team to 2 wins, backed by a great offense, but Aces are looking to get back on track against Jake here.
That's outside. So 3-0 to Aaron Schofield. Aces just down 1 run so far in this game 3. See if they can salvage a game in this series. 4-pitch walk to Aaron Schofield. And the Aces will get a runner on.
And you know it's got to miss by a lot to not get a courtesy swing at Schofield.
Yeah.
He's a very free swinger.
Yeah. Also another guy who does not like to walk in the league. Always wants to get an opportunity to hit something out. Moses Valadez to the plate. First pitch is way outside.
All right, Jake's still looking for that first strike of the night.
Yeah.
Wonder if the Aces are talking about over there taking till 1.
And you know, it's kind of weird coming into game 3 after you haven't pitched all series. You know, Jake's kind of coming in cold here, pitching wise. I mean.
Yeah, most guys will at least get some warm-ups in between games. You know, especially if they know that they're going to be pitching. But Jake's got that confidence in his stuff that he doesn't need that.
3-0 to Valadez. And that hits the top part of the zone for strike 1. Low and in the dirt for ball 4. So Moses Valadez walks, and that's now back-to-back walks here for the Aces. Got runners on first and second. Morgan Granich to the plate.
And we all know how good of a pitcher Jake is, but this gets scary. Only 1-run lead.
Yep.
Morgan coming up. Already has a home run on the night. Definitely looking for a second here.
First pitch, and Granich does not go around. That'll be ball 1. 1-0. Riser is just outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Granich. Foul back into the booth, and you know, Jace, what a grab from us. That was nice right there. So 2-1 is the count. Two and 1. Aces trying to take their first lead of the series. Way outside. Great job there from Morgan Granich to lay off that pitch.
Yeah, especially when you see a slow one.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a strike, you're tempted to swing.
Hits the zone for a strike. Full count now to Granich. And I'm telling you, Jake Oliver throws that pitch to me all the time whenever I'm facing him, and I swing, I think, every single time. It's so hard to lay off.
Yeah.
Riser is inside, and Morgan Granich looks at ball 4. So the bases are now loaded for the Aces here in the bottom of the first. Dylan Carroll to the plate. That has been 3 straight walks for Jake Oliver to start this ball game.
And we'll see if Aces can capitalize here. Very similar to game 1. Had those bases loaded, no outs, couldn't scrape one across.
So Dylan Carroll has been quiet here offensively tonight. Again, Aces looking for that first lead of the series. They have trailed here every single game. 2-0 the count. Hits the zone. Strike 1, 2-1 the count to Carroll. Slider hits the zone, and it's now 2-2. I wonder what Dylan Carroll's waiting for up there. Those looked like some good pitches to hit.
Yeah, it's tough when 3 guys ahead of you all walk here, expecting to see ball, ball, ball. But you know Jake's not gonna walk in a run too easily. He's gonna fill it up.
Exactly. Carroll just really has not been swinging in this at bat. Full count. Big swing and a miss on the riser, and Jake Oliver able to sit down Dylan Carroll for out number 1, and that's a huge out for Jake Oliver and the Enforcers.
Yeah, that swing there it's a tie game if he doesn't swing there, but it's always tough. It's never a strike until it is, and it's a strike for so long, and then it ends up being a ball. It's always tough.
Yep. Yeah, that was tough for Dylan Carroll and this Aces squad. We'll see if Jack Scholl can string something together here and knock in the Aces' first run of the ball game. Slider misses for ball 1.
Yeah, I like the back-to-back lefties here for the Aces. Jack gets a chance to watch Dylan go ahead of him, see kind of how Jake pitches to him, and hopefully he gets those same kind of pitches.
Definitely a luxury that nobody else in the league gets, because we don't have very many lefty hitters.
Lefty hitters or lefty throwers. There's not too many from either side. And Aces have what feels like half of them in the whole league.
It's just one lineup. Crazy. 3-0 here to Jack Scholl. Does not go around, so that'll walk in the first run of the ball game for the Atlantic Aces, and it's now 1-1 in the bottom of the first. And this is going to be difficult for the Enforcers. Jake Oliver now going to have to face Aaron Schofield.
And there's about 2 total ways this whole at-bat could end. Strikeout or a hard hit ball. You know Schofield's not taking his walk.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Knock on wood, haven't struck out today, so actually.
Hey, great time to say it too. Yeah. Surrounded by wood. See if you get a strike though.
Yeah. Need one of those.
Big swing and a miss from Aaron Schofield right there, 0-1. And yeah, we are not going to see a walk out of Aaron Schofield in this at-bat. No shot. Hits the zone, and that looked like the pitch. That looked like the pitch.
0-2 early, now you're just looking to fight.
0-2 here to Schofield. And that's fouled off. Schofield does well to battle, 0-2.
Yeah, tough pitch there, just missing in on his hands. Just one that you have to swing at 0-2. Can't go down looking here.
Oliver comes set. The pitch. And that's a ground ball over to John Galgano at short. And great job from Jack Scholl sliding into second. He gets in there, and Moses Valadez comes around to score. So the Aces, they take their first lead of the series. They lead it 2-1 in the bottom of the first.
And good idea by Jack, sliding there. Make yourself a little bit smaller because he had no play getting to the bag.
That was a great job. You know, if he doesn't slide in there, I don't think he gets there. Popped up into the air, and Jake Oliver was looking for an opportunity to try to dive and make that grab, but it was just out of his reach.
He's looking for anything he can get. No, he just lost that lead. First one they have had all series. Can't be feeling too happy with himself, so just trying to get whatever out he can.
0-1, and yeah, I mean, any outs you can get in a bases loaded situation is so crucial. That's just high. So 1-1 to Moses Valadez. Aces would love to have a larger lead here in Game 3, trying to avoid the sweep. Foul back into the backstop. 1-2 to Valadez. Outside for a ball. Count evens here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ripped foul by Valadez. He's staying in there. Trying to add on a couple of runs for this Aces squad. It's been a while for the Aces to get to this point, finally with a lead. Trailing in the first 2 games, but now they're in the driver's seat here. Bases loaded and 1 away. Big swing and a miss from Valadez on the slow riser from Oliver. Gets him to chase for out number 2. An unbelievable pitch from Jake Oliver. It always looks so good, and he's been so effective with that pitch, getting batters to chase.
Yeah, although it's only a 5 to 10 mile an hour difference, it feels like a whole bunch when you're this close.
It's crazy. As a hitter, your eyes just light up like, oh, this is my opportunity to finally hit one out. And sometimes you just swing too hard, just like Valadez did right there.
Yeah, that's one of the things Moses does so well is mix up speeds. He throws that slow slider, slow riser all the time.
1-1 to Greenwich. Aces would love to add another one on. Goes around on the low slider there. 1-2 to Morgan Greenwich. Hits him for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And you know, it's been a long inning. Been a long inning here. Been a 22-minute inning. And we are just about at the 2-hour mark for the stream. So a 22-minute inning. Pretty long. Pretty long.
Yeah, 6 of the whole stream just this inning.
Yeah, pretty crazy. 2-2 to Morgan Greenwich. Pitch from Oliver. Hits the zone, and Morgan Greenwich strikes out for out number 3. But the Aces, they score a couple of runs here in the bottom of the first, bottom of the first, and they take their first lead of the ball game. We go to the top of the second. Aces lead it 2-1. And in between innings here, we're going to have Jack.
John. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. 2-1. Go, John. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
John Galgano up to the plate for the Enforcers here in the top of the second. Aces with their first lead of the series. They lead it 2-1. Inside for a ball, and we're going to get something that we don't do very often. We're going to send it down to Jack Blayhouse, who's going to be interviewing Aaron Schofield mid-game.
Mr. Aaron Schofield, your team lost the first 2 games. How are you going to pull out this dub in Game 3 and get out of here without a sweep?
Well, we got an early lead here. I think we're winning 2-1 right now.
Really just looking to get Jake off the mound and maybe face someone else. They've got, ball in play. Oh, you got it, Morgan. Come on, baby. You know, and limit the errors maybe. I don't know what to tell you. You know, as you can see, we're a little rusty on defense. You know, Morgan just throws knuckleballs, so they're going to put the ball in play. So we just got to field cleanly and hit the ball, because we've only scored, I think, 3 runs all day. We need more than that.
Speaking of defense, great play over here. You fell in the perfect spot, right on the beautifully crafted field. How's your arm doing?
It's pretty messed up, I'll tell you that much. Got both arms bleeding, but if you're not getting down and dirty, I don't know what you're doing. So play hard, work harder. Oh, there's a sword right there from Josh Gradwell.
And now, obviously, the big story here today, Moses Valdez is here. He's DHing, but he's your best pitcher, a 3.62 ERA on the year.
Ball's ripped.
But what's going into that kind of bit of an off steer? What's not pitching here today?
You know, he's under contract negotiations right now, so he wants more money. I understand that, you know, players got to get paid. You know, so he's holding out essentially, but he's here to hit.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
Wow. Contract negotiations for Moses Valdez. So maybe it's not an injury type of thing, and maybe more so just a money ordeal. Maybe he wants a little bit more. He's like, hey, you know, I don't want to go out there and risk injury again. I want to make a little bit more money here in this league. Got to pay me a little bit more.
Knows he's a star player. He wants to get paid like it. Can't blame the guy.
And Josh Gradwell slams the bat down in frustration after he strikes out there. Definitely not happy about that strikeout. But yeah, that's an interesting story development, because I mean, it's almost like a holdout for Moses Valdez. He doesn't want to pitch. It's like, hey, you know, you guys got to give me a better deal. And that's honestly something that we've never seen in the league before. And so it sounds like it's not an injury type of thing for Moses Valdez, and maybe something different. So maybe something will be developing a little bit more in that story.
Hoping that they can get that resolved, because he is their best pitcher by far. One of the best in the league.
Yeah. Definitely going to need to resolve that quickly. I mean, we've seen it so far here against the Aces, against the Enforcers, excuse me. And it's been difficult for this Aces squad so far here, not having their #1 pitcher in Moses Valdez on the mound. 2-1. Way outside there for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Jake Oliver. And that's south side. Oliver works a walk, and there's now runners on first and second. Chase Winkler stepping up to the plate. Winkler had a home run back in game 2. Home run out to right field, hit the foul pole out there on the shed to help give the Enforcers some insurance runs and secure that game 2 win.
Yeah, Chase is one of those guys that, talking about it, waits back a little bit, goes to right field quite a bit. But we'll see if that changes with a little bit slower speeds on the mound.
Yeah, and something that we've seen so far here in this game 3 is that these Enforcers hitters are having some trouble with Morgan Granich's knuckleball, and Chase Winkler in his first couple at bats has definitely been seeing some nasty knuckles here from Granich.
Yeah, really hard to square up. I mean, even when the pitcher's throwing it, he doesn't know where it's going to be. He's got an area he wants it in mind for sure, but it's hard to get it there exactly.
Full count to Winkler, and that hits him on the shoulder for ball 4. So Winkler works a walk, and the bases are loaded. John Galgano stepping up to the plate. And so Enforcers trying to take the lead back. They had the lead early in this ball game, led it 1-0 back in the top of the first. As Galgano goes around for strike 1. Fouls that one off. Strike 2, 0-2 the count. Knuckle hits Galgano for ball 1, 1-2. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Galgano. Enforcers, bases loaded, 1 away. Here in the top of the 2nd inning. Enforcers down a run.
Yeah, good AB from John here. I mean, everyone else on the Enforcers has been here. They've seen someone throwing a knuckleball, but John being a rookie.
Swing and a miss as John Galgano goes around, and yeah, as we were mentioning how he was having to get at bat, but unfortunately loses the battle there.
Yeah, hoping Josh can do something here, help his team out, give Jake maybe a lead. But John being a rookie, it's his first time seeing a knuckleball in the league, where everyone else has at least seen one. It's not a surprise when they're up there.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Has a weird movement to it. And so Josh Gradwell going to get an opportunity here with the bases loaded. Gradwell was very frustrated in his last at-bat after striking out. Slammed his bat on the ground, so we'll see if maybe he'll get an opportunity to hit something hard here, 0-2.
All that frustration could be gone on one swing here.
That's ripped out to left center. It's going to stay in the park. Aaron Schofield underneath it and makes the grab for out number 3. No run score for the Enforcers here in the top of the 2nd inning. Aces still lead at 2-1. We go to the bottom of the 2nd.
Aaron Schofield, Washington State University.
Moses Valadez, go Wave.
Morgan Granich, Northwest Guatemalan High School.
Dylan Carroll, Little Man, Big Dreams.
Jack Scholl, Maplewood Elementary.
Noah Jandoff, University of Washington.
Dylan Carroll to the plate for the Aces. Jake Oliver on the mound. First pitch, fastball to Dylan Carroll.
Too fast? It said 62, but I have no idea if it was the swing or the pitch. It just told me after 71. If it said 62, we're going to get a 40 or something. No, it's we'll call it.
So it's a speed check, 62 miles per hour. And that is ripped past Josh Gradwell at short. Dylan Carroll rounding first, heading for second, and he's going to be tagged out by John Galgano. What a great relay in from Josh Gradwell to Galgano. They got that ball in quickly and get the out on Dylan Carroll. Great job there from the Enforcers defense. 1 out now on the bottom of the 2nd. Jack Scholl coming up to the plate. Looks at a first pitch slider. Strike 1.
Yeah, the Enforcers setting up a little shift on the lefties here. Most people do end up pulling it. But Dylan was able to get that hit because of that shift there. Normally there's a guy parked right where that ball was, but able to get him going to second.
That was a great job from the Enforcers. Josh Gradwell got that thing right in there, and John Galgano being in the right spot right at second, able to tag out Carroll. I mean, I was looking at that out there in deep left center, which is a hard part of the park to get the ball in quickly from, and I really thought Dylan Carroll had that double in the bag right there.
Yeah, it looked like a surefire double, but it's hard. I mean, as long as it's an accurate throw, it's going to be tough to get a double.
1-2 to Jack Scholl as he fouls that one off. So the count will remain ball and 2 strikes. Bases are empty, 1 away. Aces up a run. They lead at 2-1 in the bottom of the 2nd. Scholl goes around there for strike 3 and out number 2.
Have they been drinking back there?
And now Aaron Schofield will step up to the plate, getting an opportunity here.
Yeah, Morgan's pitching a gem this game, but you know he would love a few extra runs to fall back on next inning just in case things go wrong.
And as the Aces, I mean, you just want to salvage one game here. You want to get this game 3, lock it up. You don't want to lose 3 in a series. It's always tough to come back from. You know, when you're playing in the AWA in the regular season, you're playing the whole season for seeding for the playoffs, and getting those higher seeds definitely helps late in the year. Ground ball over to Josh Gradwell. He's able to field it cleanly, but nobody's at second, so Aaron Schofield steals the bag. That was a great heads-up base running from Aaron Schofield, and Jake Oliver just kind of didn't even think about it, and that's kind of crazy because Jake Oliver's normally the one doing that to everybody else. So Aaron Schofield over there at second. Great job from him.
Yeah, Aaron using that speed. I mean, he's got to be one of the fastest players we have in this league. Definitely aggressive.
That was a great heads-up base running. Moses Valadez, big swing and a miss there. 0-2 the count. And that one's low, so a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, Valadez has pretty much been doing the DHing here this series. Aces would love to get another run on board. Big swing and a miss, the high fastball, and Moses Valadez strikes out for out number 3. No run score for the Aces in the bottom of the second. They still lead at 2-1 as we go to the final inning here in Game 3.
Jake Oliver, Seattle Area Pipe Trades.
Joshua Gradwell, Evansville Way High School.
Chase Winkler, Woodmore Elementary.
Jonathan Galgano, Washington State University.
Brock Blaus, University of America Samoa.
Chase, you got Josh up? It's the bat, not the player. Yeah. You gotta spend a couple more $100 on that bat. Yeah, we do. Hold on, Josh. Sounds like I'm in a separate. I guess I'm not. What? You sure? I'll believe it. I got you playing at the Schofield bat. Yes. Okay. All right, boys. Thank you for being on it. Appreciate it.
Jake Oliver to the plate here in the top of the third. Enforcers down a run, trying to complete the sweep. Morgan Granich has been great so far on the mound for the Aces.
How's that hand? You guys don't hit a lot of meat a lot, do you? Not if I don't swing. If I commit.
How's hand? How's hand? How's hand?
If I would have swung, I would have get.
Ball 2 to Jake Oliver, hit his hand, 2-0. That's inside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes.
And with a lead here, this is what you don't want to see from Morgan.
Ground ball, Aaron Schofield coming on. He throws over to first, and that gets by the house. So Jake Oliver will have to hold up there at second. And that would have been an unbelievable play from Aaron Schofield. How'd he made that? He spun around as he was about to throw, and just throw was too low for Jack Scholl to handle, and it gets on by him. That would have been crazy had he made that play. Jake Oliver awarded second on the overthrow. So Winkler goes around there for strike 1.
Yeah, hindsight says, I mean, maybe you hold on to that ball, keep him at first. But
that is ripped out to right over the fence, a 2-run shot, and the Enforcers, they retake the lead, and they now lead it 3-2 in the top of the third. Unbelievable. Chase Winkler, his second home run of the series, puts the Enforcers up 1 in the top of the third, and the series sweep is very much alive here for the Enforcers here in Game 3.
That just barely got over, although it was hit super hard. That's Chase just going to that right center area again. It's 94 out there. If he hits it over Schofield's head, that's a tall wall, maybe 105 feet. I don't know if that gets out if he pulls that ball.
Yeah, probably doesn't. It's probably off the it's definitely not getting out if it's hit to left center. That one just sneaks over the fence and gives the Enforcers a 1-run lead at 3-2 in the top of the third. And that's ripped out over Aaron Schofield's head to left center. Galgano rounding first, and he'll hold up there for a single. Runner on first for the Enforcers as this inning just continues for them. Still no outs in the inning.
Yeah, 3 straight hits. I mean, this is an area where you'd love to have Moses on the mound.
Yeah, and it's just again, it's just, and again, it's just one of those things. I mean, again, we don't really know exactly what's happening with Moses Valadez not pitching here in this series, but like you said, Jace, they're going to have to get it figured out quickly because this Enforcers lineup offensively has just been exploding off of this Aces pitching of Morgan Granich and Dylan Carroll so far in this series. So anything they can do to say, hey, Moses, we'll give you what you want. Just get back out there and start throwing for us. They're going to need to do it. Ball 4 there to Josh Gradwell. So he works a walk. Runners on first and second for the Enforcers. Jake Oliver up to the plate.
If you're the Aces, I mean, you'd love to at least be competitive without your star player on the mound. But it certainly does hurt. But good teams can win when they're faced with adversity.
Yep.
So hoping the Aces can scrape something here.
Yeah, and I mean, what we're seeing right now for all the fans and everybody out there is we're just seeing how truly important pitching is in this league. I mean, if you don't have the pitching, you're just not going to be able to be a team that can really truly be competitive in this league. And so it's really a testament out there to all the great pitchers in this league who help their teams game in and game out get wins, series wins, all those types of things. 2-2 to Jake Oliver. Hits him on the back for ball 3, full count.
To that point, pitching today for the Aces hasn't been terrible. I mean, Dylan gave up 6 in both games.
Yeah.
Morgan's at 3 this game. You can win those games if your bats are hot.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, who knows what happens if Moses is out there throwing, locking them down. He's going to try and keep them under 2 or 3 a game.
Yeah.
So even with the cold bats, maybe the Aces could have scraped something across in those first 2 games.
Yeah, you're right. And and you're 100% right. It's not that Dylan Carroll or Morgan Granch haven't been pitching great by any means. They have been. They have pitched. They've remained competitive, I feel like, for the Aces. Just, I don't think we're giving the Enforcers enough credit either. I mean, I think this ball club is just really well-rounded. They have great pitching and great offense. The Enforcers for years have always been up there in total offense, having scored most runs in the league, multiple seasons. And so definitely looking like the Enforcers of old here in this series. Just been absolutely all Enforcers all day long. Ground ball right back to Morgan Granich on the mound. He bobbles it, and Galgano is going to be safe at home. It was a tough play for Morgan Granich. He had to underhand it in there, and it did not get past the plate before John Galgano scored. So add another run on for the Enforcers. They now lead at 4-2 here in the top of the third. Still no outs for the Aces. There's still no outs here in the top of the third. Aces trying to do anything they can to just get that first one.
Yeah, definitely still not out of reach here. I mean, only down 2. Feels like quite a bit, but two's not much in this league.
1-1 to Galgano. And that's inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Just high there.
Big pitch here from Morgan. Can't walk in that run.
Yeah, don't wanna walk in that run. Try to maybe force a pop up here. Something gets Galgano to go around there, and it's a full count.
Yeah, big momentum at bat here, especially this pitch. Full count, no outs, bases loaded. 1 out is huge. Getting those extra runs are huge.
Yeah.
It's a big swing for whatever team comes out on top for this pitch.
And really, this pitch is going to really determine this series, whether it's out of reach for the Aces. And yeah, there it is. Galgano will walk, and so the Aces are now going to take a 3-run lead, and you know, just walk after walk, it just seems to be getting more and more out of hand for this Aces squad. And they're really looking to sweep right in the eyes right now here in game 3. That is ripped out to left, and it goes over the fence right by Club 65. A grand slam for Josh Gradwell, and the floodgates have just opened. The Enforcers now take a 9-2 lead in the top of the 3rd. And because we're in the final inning, the Enforcers can score as many runs as possible here. And so they're just going to continue to add on. Still no outs for the Aces, and it's just getting to be horrendous right now for this Aces squad.
Yeah, you don't want to ever act like the team's out of it, but when the Aces have only put up 6 on the night and the Enforcers put up 8 this inning without an out, hard to feel like it's going. We might be seeing a pitching change here, honestly.
Potentially, yeah. It looks like Schofield is going to keep Granich on the mound, and yeah, I mean, Aces are still looking for that first out in the inning. 9-2 Enforcers as Jake Oliver is back up to the plate.
Yeah, wondering honestly at this point if you're just, although Morgan's confidence may be down a little bit, get him those extra reps for next 2 weeks whenever they play again.
Exactly.
If he has to pitch, if the stuff with Moses isn't working, whatever, that he's a little bit more confident in that game than it looks like right now.
Yeah, and there's always a positive side. Like, even if you lose this game big, you know, I mean, at least Morgan Granich, he'll get some more pitches to throw. He'll start to feel a little bit more confident out there on the mound. This is still his first game that he's pitched in 2024. His first season, or first series that he's been able to play in. Missed the first 2.
Played really well up until this point.
Yeah.
But those walks do come back to bite him a little bit.
Yep, yep. Full count to Jake Oliver. Nobody on, nobody out. Enforcers with a commanding 7-run lead. It's popped up into the air. Jack Scholl makes the grab in foul territory, in the Aces. They finally get that first out of the inning that they've been searching for. Great play from Jack Scholl to make that grab in foul territory.
Yeah, it's not an easy play going over there. You got a whole bunch of stuff around you. Shed, grass might be wet over there. Good play.
Popped up into the air. Aaron Schofield makes the grab, and that's back-to-back outs. And so there's now 2 away in the top of the 3rd. And those are huge for the Aces. John Galgano looks at ball 1. And that hits the zone. Great knuckleball from Morgan Granich. Count is even at a ball and a strike. Inside. 2-1 the count. Bases are empty. 2 away. Popped up into the air. Aaron Schofield underneath it, and he makes the grab for out number 3. But the Enforcers take a commanding 7-run lead here in the top of the 3rd. They lead at 9-2. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning here in game number 3 of the series. Morgan Granich up for the Aces here in the bottom of the 3rd. Aces down 7 runs. Got a Big
as much
deficit.
as you want to take that big swing right now, you just need base runners. You got to know you
Absolutely.
can't tie it off one swing for a little while. So maybe looking to see some balls. Never fun taking your walks, but times like this when you need to.
You're 100% right, Jace. I mean, you just want to get on any possible way that you can and just keep getting base runners. Jake Oliver hasn't really been the Jake Oliver that we really have truly known so far here tonight. He has looked a little shaky on some pitches, so who knows? Maybe we'll see quite a few walks in this inning. No idea. That's popped up into the air. Playable. Josh Gradwell will make the grab for out number 1. So tough there for Morgan Granich.
Tough first out. Definitely got a hold of that ball. It was just a little bit under it.
Yeah.
I was up there.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you're almost, you know, thinking as if you're Morgan Granich, you're like, gosh, I probably should have just let that one go. Dylan Carroll now to the plate. It's popped up into the air. It hits off the tree above the yellow line. That's a home run. That's a home run for Dylan Carroll. He goes deep out to center. So the Aces, they get another run back. It's now 9-3 here in the bottom of the third. Jack Scholl come up to the plate. And yeah, that hit the tree out there in center. It was above the yellow line. And because it was above the yellow line, that's a home run. Jack Scholl now to the plate. Big swing and a miss there for strike 1.
And we're talking about that lefty shift that the enforcers have, but when Dylan puts it about 25, 30 feet up that tree, you can't do anything about that.
Yeah. Shift wasn't going to work on that one.
Now we'll see if it comes into play with the Jack here. That third base line is wide open.
1-1 to Scholl. Does not go around there. Ball 2. Two and 1 to Scholl. Nobody on. 1 away. Enforcers trying to complete this sweep of the Aces. Aces trying to salvage a game and avoid it. Slider is in there for strike 2. 2-2 to Jack Scholl. Does go around there for strike 3. Jack Scholl strikes out for out number 2. 2 away now in the bottom of the third.
If it was 9-7 or 9-8, I would have been like, oh.
It's bound to be.
Not on this one.
Aaron Schofield up now for the Aces as that's ripped out to left and it's out of here. Aaron Schofield, a solo home run, his 6th home run of the season. He leads all players with 6 home runs. Aaron Schofield has just been hot here to start the 2024 season. Moses Valadez to the plate.
Asking for that golden ball. Extra few runs on that home run. But, maybe he put that on his teammates. I mean, he's out here hitting home runs. They need to find a way on.
Golden ball does not exist. Although that would be kind of an interesting thing.
You have 1 per game.
Yeah. If you were down quite a few runs. That is ripped foul on the third base side.
A lot of loud contact out of the Aces.
Yeah.
Still trailing 5, so hopefully their bats aren't getting hot in the bottom of the third of game 3.
1-1. Valadez holds off there. 2-1 the count. Slider connects for strike 2. 2-2, and the Aces are now down to their final strike here in game 3. That is just high. Full count to Moses Valadez.
Although the Ace is down to their final strike here, getting swept, you can find positives in everything today.
Yeah.
There's
ground ball to Josh Gradwell. He throws to first. It's in time to get Moses Valadez. And the Enforcers complete the sweep of the Atlantic Aces, and they win game 3, final score of 9-4. That is going to do it for us here tonight at AWA Field. We thank everybody for tuning in and watching these games between the Atlantic Aces and the Eastern Enforcers. Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us, and we will be back Wednesday night for more wiffle ball action. Everybody have a great rest of the night. Thank you.